Minimalist 2D vector art. A black stick man looking at a giant smartphone screen showing a bank app with zero balance, white background. Black stick man scratching his head with a giant glowing question mark floating above, clean line art, minimalist. Two black stick figures, man and woman, carrying professional briefcases, walking fast with motion lines, minimalist 2D. Two stick figures standing next to a huge glowing golden number $130,000, bold typography, professional financial vector. Black stick man turning his pockets inside out, nothing but dust and a small coin coming out, sad expression, minimalist. Two black stick figures standing side by side, simple and clean silhouettes, white background. Female stickman holding a megaphone with social media and marketing icons flying out, minimalist vector. Male stickman sitting at a simple desk with a computer, binary code 0101 in the background, flat design. Two stickmen lifting a giant heavy gold coin labeled $130K above their heads, minimalist. A stickman looking at a calendar with payday circled, but looking exhausted, clean line art. A stickman in a tiny boat filled with water, holding a tiny bucket to bail it out, labeled debt, minimalist. A giant hand labeled taxes grabbing a large slice of a stickman's paycheck, minimalist vector. A puff of smoke with $15,000 floating away into the air, black stickman looking shocked, clean art. A stickman dropping money into a giant baby bottle labeled childcare, minimalist 2D. A digital tally counter showing numbers dropping rapidly from $20,000 to $12,000, flat design. A stickman in a tiny car stuck in a long line of identical cars, smoke from exhaust, action lines, 2D vector. Icons of a gas pump, a wrench, and a shield flying away from a stickman's wallet, minimalist white background. An exhausted stickman slumped on a couch, a giant clock showing 10 hours in the background, flat design. A stickman holding a smartphone ordering takeout with icons of pizza and burgers floating around, minimalist. A stickman holding a single $1 bill looking at a giant mountain of work behind him, labeled net profit $1 per hour. Two stickmen on opposite sides, each holding a giant bag of money trying to reach a house in the middle, intense competition. Stickman holding a giant auction paddle labeled two incomes, dynamic action pose, minimalist. A house on a platform attached to a rocket blasting off into the clouds, labeled home prices, clean vector. A giant stickman in a luxury suit, banker, smiling and holding a contract labeled approved, minimalist. A stickman buried under a giant heavy pile of papers labeled mortgage, minimalist white background. The mortgage papers transforming into thick iron bars forming a cage around a stickman couple, dramatic lighting. A house made of playing cards, house of cards, starting to wobble, stickman looking terrified next to it. A stickman building a solid stone foundation for a house, labeled One Income Foundation, minimalist gold and black. Heroic stickman using a glowing sword to slice a monster labeled debt in half, action scene, 2D vector. A stickman sitting comfortably inside a transparent glowing shield, bubble, while a storm rages outside, labeled 12-month buffer. A stickman planting a gold coin in the ground, a tree made of money growing upwards, minimalist flat design. A heavy metal collar around a stickman's neck snapping open and falling away, freedom, minimalist. The stickman holding a glowing blue sword made of light, heroic pose, white background. A stickman pointing at a giant glowing like and subscribe button, smiling, professional 2D art. A stickman walking away from the treadmill, the rat race, onto a green path of freedom, minimalist.